If we are truly honest, we know there are times in life when we just want to give up. We're not simply fighting stress, discouragement, and exhaustion, but we are fighting an adversary, Satan, who is walking around like a lion seeking whom he may devour. Today, through this message, may you find the encouragement and motivation to stick to the fight. Let's turn our attention to the book of Haggai, chapter 2, today. In the first chapter of the book, we can see a transition in the people of God. They had gone from being inactive and idle to working to accomplish God's plan for them. After being delivered from Babylon's captivity, God's people began to build luxurious homes for themselves. While they were focused on themselves, the Lord's temple lay in ruins. God punished his people for their inactivity and he confronted them. He encouraged them to consider their ways. Then, in the second year of King Darius' reign, the people began to work to rebuild the Lord's house. As we read through chapter 2, when it was time of commitment, discouragement began to set in for the people. Their focus had been delivered from the Lord to the daunting task that lay ahead. Offering word from the Lord, Haggai challenged the people to focus on God instead of getting caught up in discouragement and losing faith. There is no doubt we too face daunting tasks. In fact, we are sometimes responsible to accomplish more than we possibly can do alone. If we focus solely on the task ahead, dwelling on the logistics of the task, we will grow discouraged. We will never accomplish the work of the Lord in our abilities, but through Him we can. Let's examine the directives Haggai offers. Consider your Lord. There was a call for resilience. Haggai 2 3 to 4 reads, "Who was left among you that saw this house in its former glory? How does it look to you now? Is it not in your might as in your sight as nothing?" Apparently, there were those who were old enough to remember Solomon's temple. It was a grand spectacle, the pride of all Israel. Those who remembered it had grown discouraged at the meager means of the new temple and were sowing seeds of discord. In their minds, it was a futile effort. They saw little value in pressing ahead. In essence, they choose to live in the past and refuse to embrace the work necessary for the future. Don't we face the same considerations? Many remember the glorious days of old, and we can either sulk in our discouragement or we can embrace the challenge and press forward. Haggai 2:4, the Lord speaks to them. "Be strong, all ye people of the Lord. Work, for I am with you. My spirit abides among you. Do not fear." Haggai here reveals a profound expectation God has for his people. He fully expected them to remain resilient in the work. They were charged to be strong while getting to work. God simply wanted them to be diligent in their endeavors, remain faithful to the work He had given them. God assured them His presence with them to accomplish. If God is with us, we have all we need to be productive. Hold on to the promise in Hebrews 13:5. For God has not for God has said, "I will never leave you, never will I forsake you." So, dear fellow pilgrim, why be discouraged? Press on. Be blessed.